play this map very often. And, you know, item control is something that teams like Gen.G have shown us. Tempo Storm back at Midseason Brawl have showed us is how to play this map. And, you know, let's see how much they prioritize the healing camp, because that's been the big story of Volskaya in Korea for the season.
Yeah, make sure sometimes even bring a global with the Haka, or have a really fast wave clear so you can actually have 2-minute healing pulse with the strong 4-man. That's what you're looking for to build in this Volskaya Foundry if you're drafting here.
Alright, well, we'll see the Maiev ban. Genji left open. Obviously, that's going to be the way you want to do it as first pick, but this time they're not going to give it over. I think Genji's much stronger on this map because there's a lot of terrain he can use to make either a getaway or an engage versus Tomb, which is much more straightforward. I think Feliz is probably just going to look towards a tank ban here again. A lot of thought about this one. Okay, they're actually going to take the more safe Mephisto ban.
Usually second ban has been Diablo.
Yes.
Not a bad map for Diablo. Diablo actually does not have a worse map, I would say, right now in the meta.
I mean, yeah,
seems like a better choice.
He might have a worst map, but it's not that significant.
Yes. Compared to the other maps.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad as...
I don't think he has a bad... I don't think he's bad on any map. He is significantly better on some maps, like Infernal Shrines, for example, but I don't think he is bad on any map. Well, Diablo is open for BlossoM, and Diablo could be very powerful on the control point fights, but I don't think it's going to be first rotation worthy. They're going to take the Rainer instead. Good skin choice there at the end. Merryday will finally get to play his beloved Deckard Cain for the first time this series. Feliz needs something to pair with a Tyrande, and unfortunately, ETC is the best option, but the worst choice for OJ. So the Tyrande first pick doesn't feel strong for Feliz, and in fact, he's going to take the Muradin instead, so it doesn't get banned away, just like Game 2. But there's a lack of synergy here. Tyrande and Muradin have, in fact, anti-synergy. You can, yes, set up a flare after a Stormbolt, or vice versa, but it's not as significant as being able to set up a Power Slide or a Mosh Pit into, you know, face mount, something like that.
Yeah, not just an ETC. I would actually strongly argue with the Diablo pick here, which pairs up perfectly with the Salvo. Easy CC connect with Tyrande. You know when you're going to be tossing one over to the side. And Diablo picks on one target makes it so easy to focus for the entire team.
Yeah, and I think that the fact that OJ... The fact that they've banned Diablo so much is further telling that Feliz has no intention of ever playing Diablo. This is further proof of that. I mean, sure, they could pick him now. BlossoM can, and it's actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah, which is a scary thing in the meta where Diablo comes out all the time. Along with Phoenix getting the synergy.
You need to be able to play the S-tier tank. You have to. Or you should not be playing main tank. And OJ has just been the Muradin guy forever, and he is very good at Muradin. But when Muradin is less relevant, then you are therefore less relevant as well, even if it is your best hero.
They're gonna hide the main tank for the last pick. Well, Diablo's still open and cannot be banned, cannot be taken away in this kind of chance.
Yeah.
So that's not a hard question to answer.
Yeah,
there's a Nubarok and Li Ming's ban, so Nubarok is not too bad against Phoenix and Tychus. I think the Nubarok is just fine for the final pick. Stitches! They go back to the old one. May actually be Gondar playing it this time then.
This is Stitch's most commonly picked map, actually. The walls on this map don't stay up very long because the tree glaive is so strong, but if you're winning, you win way harder with Stitches. And he works well with Thrall because you can set up a nice engage with Sundering and then hook someone out of it. Sundering has a really long range. Same with the Wolf Root. The Tychus pick was so obviously going to come out, so it was like, well, now I could just pick a good tank against this. Stitches struggles against Tychus if he gets caught out by CC, but again, Tyrande plus Muradin is not scary like a Diablo Tyrande or an ETC Tyrande. So you feel pretty comfortable about Stitches. Even though he doesn't have an escape, are you really ever going to feel like you're in danger? I don't think so.
Helping hand. In times of need, on Rainer especially. Could be a good thing.
Ha! Got him!
Teamwork.
전투 시작까지 10초 남았다.
His water gun Tychus also does less damage.
4, 3, 2,
No, it doesn't.
1.
Does more damage
전투를
during summer times.
It does more damage against fire characters.
Both teams actually having O2 on this map. I think both, at least one of their games was against Genji, I remember.
Yeah, Genji picked this map a lot this season to improve on it, I think.
And once was Ballistics. There was a tough matchup. There comes a chain CC. Onto Irel, and Irel died, actually.
Hunter's Mark, man, plus all that damage. Okay, not in... Huh!
Barely out of range.
It almost looked like the potion blocked it. But yeah. If he hits that, then it's a trade. Okay, this is actually very greedy what BlossoM is doing, and Stitch is just going to die.
So that's what was surprising to me, even though it's a good map for Stitches. They don't really have a Tyrande to pair up the hook. Malfurion Decker does the rooting part, but it doesn't really connect together.
The other thing too is they were down a member, and they rotated as it. Stitches can get you a pick if you get a hook. You can be crafty with it if you deny vision. You can do it, take a defensive kill. But rotating with Stitches like that, down a member against, you know, Tyrande is just asking for trouble.
Maybe they're looking for Gorge.
I mean, I think they are, but...
I think they are, maybe with the Lornada, possibly, on this map, which Meride loves to pick with Deckard. But I don't really see the perfect synergy, which they could have done a lot better with the other things. We'll just have to see. Honkono's hooks has been pretty good in the previous games.
Yeah, I mean, and they haven't been terrible here either. Just one out-of-range hook. Stitches can't really compete against this invade, though, with Tyrande. They actually have to leave. Wiz comes in at a good angle, gets a nice triple stun, though, and that might be what turns the fight for them due to insanely low.
They have a healing pulse, so unless Modern wins really big time against Leo, they're going to take a cap over.
Modern is winning that fight, but they don't come to peel for him. And it looks like it's just going to be a bad trade here for Team BlossoM. Or sorry, excuse me, for Feliz. Because, that would have been massive. But they do get the cap at the end of the day. So Honkono holds the turret.
And BlossoM, when they hold the turret, they make Feliz use the healing pulse. I think OJ could have dropped that a little earlier. Or Leo calling for help, because Rainer on the other side was alone. They could have focused on him first and then move on to the rest. There are a lot of small choices that could have made, but they were just all over the place.
Just feels like every time we see Stitches on this map, it is terrible. This may not be an exception, even if they win the game. Capture here attempted by OJ, but he's interrupted, so this is going to be BlossoM looking to sweep in. Stitches is actually up there split pushing, so Honkono needs to rotate down. He prepped that camp, the siege camp, really well. Now he's coming over. And Feliz, I don't think they can compete with this. They have good sustain with Tyrande, but it's not good enough to compete with Deckard. And oh, look at that root. Okay, they're looking for the target here, though. Wiz stepped over the line. Does give that armor over to Gondar, and he's looking to re-engage. The turret is up, and OJ has taken too much damage. Dudu has to Hearth. Looks like he will get away with it. Well, that's going to be at least, you would have to think, 40, 50 free percent for BlossoM.
That's what, just that one kill. And with surviving or dying in that mist of CCs, that's going to be happening over and over. Meride gave just the right amount of potions directly to the target. Of course, when your teammate is stunned on one spot, it's pretty easy, but when it's moving, it's pretty hard to get that potion perfectly on spot.
Uh-oh, Hanaten stepped over the boundary here again. Now he's caught, stun locked, and bleeding out. He will die. Taken out here Fortunately for Feliz, as the scoreline's tied up, they have a good positional advantage on Honkono. Meride, there are limits to what he could do with Deckard, but he gets the root, and now everyone has to leave. Big hook on the Dudu. That's the exact target you want. There's no root follow-up. He actually lives. Wiz is going in there, but the heals are coming through. Looking for another big stun onto Aimer. Does not have it off cooldown yet. Missed Q here from Modern Life, but they still control this control point.
Yeah, there's no Blaze in this team fight. So they don't have anyone else other than OJ to actually peel all that damage for.
Slam build for Stitch is getting some value here.
And Minigun actually on 4, not bigger they are. So that's going to be stacking up.
Okay, this is a really bad position for Hanaten to be in. That's not the engage you want. It puts yourself in danger. He does not have bunker yet. He's playing like he does. Wiz actually re-engaged, does not give his teammates armor. Hanaten gets the big follow-up stun here. Look at this root placement for Meride. OJ is in trouble, no avatar, but Wiz is going to go down. He goes to the auto attack there from Phoenix.
Yeah, Meride no mana, so they're not getting potions.
They're so low.
But they have 98, so they can back out and tap, or go hard back home and then come back.
Yeah, they're playing this greedy. Honkono wants the free hook, which would have been the kill on Hanaten had it connected there. But yeah, you're right. It's just like Overwatch. In Overwatch, you always try to go to 99, then you actually just reset and use your ults. In this case, they're just going to reset and then look for a good team fight. No one has those level 10 heroics yet.
That was a big win for, actually, it was not the main support. Aimer playing Tyrande, actually having 2 flares all the time. Lots of good stuns connected there.
Okay, OJ exactly where he wants to be this time, getting those good blocks on the Honkono. He's got no way out now. Tychus damage is in full effect, but OJ still goes down before they can get that kill. Just simply not enough damage, actually, in the squad.
Yeah, Rooted once again. They cannot escape Rooted back to back. It's going to be Irel picking up another kill. That's going to be the first protector of the game.
And that's going to be 10 with it. So 10 for the push means they can push this even further than they would normally. Because when the Triglav does die, it will actually pop out with heroics. So Feliz is actually probably going to lose at minimum a fort and a half, possibly 2 forts from this. This wall is already dead. I'm just going to rotate top. Still 45 seconds left on this thing, so while the attention is pulled top, the bot push is working on a fort, so...
And it is Gorge.
Yeah.
With the stay a while and listen from Meride's Deckard.
Hyperion as well. I find that to be pretty interesting. It's not wrong by any means, but I don't know how much they're going to gain from that.
The meme in Korea is always pick Hyperion if you can't control the Raider as well. If you don't feel too confident, oh, Aimer!
Oh, they're actually just messing around right now. That's a Sunder kill.
Oh.
They're actually just... They're just going the extra mile, man. They're not even attacking the forts here. This is not safe play by BlossoM, but you know what? They're going to get away with it. No line shot available. They get just 1 fort from this because of the greed that they had there and looking for kills. They're showboat.
Yeah, they took all the extra hero experience, so I don't think that's a big loss. As long as they have the turret.
I mean, they can, if they had a slight... Like, if Feliz was a little bit further behind in experience, they could just use their 10 advantage to push top more, but now this is actually a good fight for Feliz. Stay a while, listen, set up here defensively.
Oh, Gorge, though, he cannot cap.
Yep.
The healing fan goes to BlossoM, Salvo comes out.
There's the bunker finally here, but it's just a little bit too late. Warp away for Liu.
Healing fan's already dropped on Honkono only. There's a defender onto Wiz himself. Both actually using everything down right there. So we're back to even. Feliz has better of a chance unless they lose a member here.
That was a weird sound. I have no idea what...
That's the mount.
Oh, it's the mount. Okay, I was like, I have no idea where that's from.
Yeah, sometimes you hear some weird sounds like the chicken or the Zergling, and you wonder where's that coming from? It's all the mount.
Dude, that Christmas cookie mount though, I hate those cookies except when it's Christmas. Like, those cookies exist for Halloween. They exist for like really bad parties that your mom wanted to have when you were a kid that you just like had to go to, and everyone makes cookies. You know, they were terrible, but on Christmas, like, the Christmas cookie is sacred. Love that mount. Well, Feliz is in trouble, man. This is total control of now 2 turret camps. They tried to use the grenade to knock them away, but it was never going to happen. And it's, you know, top Tree Glove Protector, at least they, you know, they have a forward up there, but they have no healing well. Honkono's going to be a target. Nice setup here for the Sunder after Stay a While and Listen. Honkono's got the Gorge here. He may end up falling, though. She needs to drop down the turret. The bunker is well placed. Honkono is the target here. No escapes, no way out. He's just going to look for the re-engage. OJ's going to be traded due to insanely low. The Wolf does not connect. But the salvo here is not going to be enough to save everybody else. Hyperion going to help stop this retreat path. It's a double route. And this may just be a full team wipe here due to just barely trying to get behind that fort. But he cannot.
Hyperion value. The zoning Hyperion in this case did no damage to heroes, but it did just the job that it needed to do.
Yeah, well, that was a sick setup though with the Stay a While into the Sunder. Feliz is just, I mean, they're outclassed here. You know, no one is surprised by this result. Everyone, I think, in the world who follows HGC Korea expects a 3-0 for this. But it's just, it's sad to see it turn out this way. They'll be in HGC 2019. They avoided relegation. That was the bigger win last week. But I gave this the good old college try. Or, you know, uni if you're in Europe. But, I mean, Liu is not even playing healer. Like, he's playing DPS here. You know, like, this is a role swap. I mean, what can you really expect from this?
Yeah, that's why you see Phoenix off the position where you usually see Phoenix in. He's often off to a side for no reason. And he's just out of the team fight with 80% HP and 80% shield.
Yeah, he's just not... He's used to playing ranged healer. Liu doesn't play even Tarzim, right?
Focusing on the Modern.
This is the target they want. Salvo, not actually going to really connect here all too great, but forced to use the Absorb. But look at that, Sunder right out of the Gorge. Perfectly done. Even though Avatar goes off, he is so dead.
Nice focusing and delay by Meriday that and helping that too. There's a bunker, but their mission is to escape. No
look
damage.
at Gondar. He's saying, no, you walk out of that bunker, you're dealing with me. And they want everything. He gets the double root. Okay, defensively done here. Is what Aimer's trying to do with that Lunar Flare, but it's not going to save Liu. Aimer survives, but this is the team fight that ends the game. Because now they've got the siege camp to prep for taking out the keep wall, which they will easily do. They're going to have this healing pulse. And all that Honkono has to do is dance. I want to see a camera shot because I guarantee he's slash dance right now. Come on, click it, click it, click it, Observer! Oh, he's moving. We didn't get to see the dance. I tell you what, he was dancing though.
I'm pretty sure about that too. If I had to make a call, that was a good call.
The dance, like, is actually the right move in this case. You're actually playing incorrectly if you do not dance when you're sitting on the shrine like that. You have to do it. Only in Pro Seed, because that way, when the Observer pans over, it looks more interesting. Absolutely a requirement.
And he's the one that needs all that focus.
Uh-oh, Hanaten once again in a bad spot. That was, well, he was Hanaten. Now he is going to be in the Hall of Storms for the rest of this game.
I think that was the stun from the Protector, right? Just in time. That's why he couldn't get the full depth proportion away from the wall.
Yes, but he was in a position to where that could happen as Blaze with no setup fight. Like, even a bunker wasn't going to be an initiation for them in this. Against the Tree Glove, they should have played further back. I mean, this game was over 5 minutes ago, but they give it the last final fight. Liu gets the warp out. You know what? They may not actually be able to end here because they didn't get any of those kills except the Hanaten kill. And it's a fast respawn timer. It was 25 seconds to that moment.
19 kills, 13 minutes. Well, 8 kills going to Feliz. Not the worst one. 4 levels apart. Fresh Lightning already stacked to the maximum. Ooh, there's that fishing hook with the Gorge. Perfect target, Tyrande.
They're trying. It's Project Save Tyrande here. Look at the sleep conveyor belt.
Oh,
OJ's away.
You're not getting into the bunker.
He does get in. That's your second time today where you were like, oh, he's not getting in, but he barely gets in.
He tries to escape before the bunker explodes and he dies.
Look at the healing pulse here. I'm so sorry, Feliz, but this is where your run for 2018 ends right now. Full wipe, No deaths on the side of BlossoM. The slow, painful walk through the keep to now hit the core. BlossoM will advance to round 2 of this BlizzCon qualifier. They will face Miracle. Tonight's final match, the winner will of course move on to face Ballistics, the final boss, decide who is going to BlizzCon. Feliz, it was a great effort. They were able to take that second series against Supernova to avoid the Crucible, but that's all they're going to get.
And that's a 3-0 for BlossoM. Was expected, very likely, Feliz. Last series against Supernova, a great one. But still against BlossoM, there's a big gap. We can see that from all the numbers in the standings. In history, all the matches head-to-head. And BlossoM walks out with a win, but they gotta sit back.
Yeah.
They gotta go back to their seat and prep for the second match just in, I guess,
like about
15
20 minutes. Yeah,
yes.
I don't even know if we have an interview after this today.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think we do have the final one after the final match today.
Yes. So, look at the damage of Modern Life. He ended up being Rainer, and that's how that goes. Mary Day against 0 deaths, as you do. But I want to ask you a question. Were you compelled by BlossoM's play today in this first series? Because I was not.
Me neither.
I watched this, and I think the next series is probably another 3-0, actually. This is not the same BlossoM we saw at Eastern Clash. Not today.
It depends, because Miracle, the last time we really saw them try hard and try to win the top 3 team was a while ago in a different patch, too. So we'll have to look into the drafting, because Miracle, because of that, they were also able to kind of hide their new strategy in a way. Let's see if BlossoM has that, too. BlossoM is usually the team that brings out the crazy picks.
That is true. If they face Ballistics, I think that's where we're going to see the most of that. That will not be today, but of course tomorrow if they win the next series. But I look at this and I predict a 3-0 for Miracle. After watching that, again, this is not the same BlossoM that was playing on a different meta at Eastern Clash. This is not that level of play. That was then and this is now, and they are not the same. So Feliz had a rough time. But even BlossoM showed some major weak points in terms of rotations there, in terms of overextensions. The Stitches draft, which had a lot of anti-synergy with how they set it up. They didn't have any follow-up stuns. I mean, they had the Blaze follow-up, I guess. Or not the Blaze, the...
Thrall.
Thrall, yes. And the Deckard Roots follow-ups. But it was not like the greatest Stitches draft ever. He died in the early game twice. So, I don't know. I don't look at this and feel like I'm super hyped to watch the next series. I feel like, well, this is going to be really hard. And Miracle just watched that and saw every draft and has been, you know, sitting back in the makeup room preparing.
Well, I don't think that was... Those 3 games were the best drafting coming out from Feliz and BlossoM all together.
Yeah.
There are lots of high-tier heroes, which could have considered like a lot more Diablo. Maybe we should have at least one Johanna in this case.
I did like the Genji bait. On
the
Tomb.
second game.
Yeah, that draft I thought was really good for BlossoM.
Yeah, the Genji, moment you go into Genji and Spider, you really have to think about the wave clear. And they brought in Junkrat, but without the Johanna, I think it was a little tougher.
So here are our results for the first series. Again, G-Cuff and I don't think we have an interview after this, but we may. So you guys' guess are as good as ours right now. But it is a 3-0 on Shrines, Tomb, and then full